Okay, hello friends, this is Yusuf here. Welcome to part 5 of our CSS tutorial. Okay, so in this video, we're going to continue our learning journey. So, we're going to talk about how do we style uh, links and basically list items. Okay, so here is a quick output what we're going to build. Okay, so basically here you can see everything is an anchor tag in the left hand side, as you can see, but each are in a different style. Okay, so we have a different class here like button 1 2 3 4, and based on that the style is there. And if you look into down, we have basically an order uh, ordered list. Okay, but due to the class btn4, it is now turning into like a quick buttons. Okay, so we're going to quickly learn how do we do this using our css. Okay, so to get started, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new anchor tag. Okay, let's give a hash as a link. It's not going anywhere, and just say test link. Okay, so it will look like this, the default style. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to apply the css property to make it something like this. Okay, let's do that. So first of all, we're going to apply one class here, class equals to link lnk. Okay, and here we're going to style that dot lnk. Okay, so before that, here is a style sheet, is a separate style sheet here, style.css, from which the button styles are coming, which means if I just take that style out, if I save and refresh, this is how the default html look like. Okay, just because of our css, this is turning into this kind of styling website. Okay, now to understand this, we're going to do the style here so that we can learn. Okay, so let's do first thing first of all. So what is here? So here you can see there is a link, and if you hover over it, it turns into a cursor and then pointer symbol, and then the text color is changing. Okay, so how do you do that? So basically, first of all, here is the class lnk, and if you want to change the color, we can just simply use the color property and say I want to give a black color. Okay, then it will turn this link into black. Okay, but now if I hover over it, nothing happens. So if I want to make some style when I hover, then there is a pseudo class. Okay, so I need to select the class and then colon hover. Okay, so this is the syntax of defining a style when you hover a particular element. Okay, so I say link hover. Okay, which means here I can say color maybe green. So if you refresh, currently it's black. If you hover, it will turn into green. Okay, so that is the main property you are learning here. Okay, so yeah, so one other common thing is the by default, the default link, they will make a text decoration none, which means the underline will be removed. Okay, and when you hover, they will make that text decoration underline, so it will look something like this. Okay, so when the cursor is hover, the user will know it's a link. Okay, that's kind of the second one, the second example. Okay, the third one is actually making the same anchor tag as a button. Okay, so how do you do that? So for that, let's use the same link class. Okay, so what we're going to do, first of all, we need a border. Okay, so this is fine, let it be. I'm going to add a border to 1 pixel solid, so we'll come to know how much it's taking the width. Okay, okay, now I want to make some space around, so basically I can give a padding. Okay, maybe so top and bottom 10 pixel and left and right 25 pixel. Okay, then the button becomes a bigger. Okay, so now here you can see when you hover, the background color and text color is changing, so it's very easy. In the hover class, let's remove this underline, we don't want, and let's change the background color to green and text color to white. Okay, so now if you see, you get a hover effect similar to this button. Okay, cool. Now the difference between this and this is nothing but you see a curved edge here. Okay, here is a sharp edge. So the property what we want to use is called border radius. Okay, border radius, say 10 pixel, and here you should be able to see it's kind of curved. Okay, 5 pixel is actually a very commonly used thing. Okay, so that you will get a small curve. Yeah, so I think this is a style we are using to make all these kind of buttons. Okay, Now let's quickly see about these list items. So I'm just quickly going to comment out the section here because we're going to do it again. Okay, save. By doing that, what happened here? Okay, let's remove this class as well. Let's start from scratch. Okay, so this is how a normal list item will look like, right? We learned from our HTML tutorial. So ordered list and list items. Now we want to turn this into a links or buttons. Okay, so how do we do that? So first of all, the OL tag, whatever we have, okay, let's target that. There is a property called list style type, okay, and we give none. So what happens? The 1 2 3 goes away, okay, because we say there is no style to the list. Okay, fine. The next thing is actually this while is done. Now all the li, you can see it's in the next line, okay, which means all the li is actually kind of a blocked element. So we have seen in the past there are two type of elements, blocked element and inline element. So here you can see all the a tags is coming next to each other because this is anchor tag is an inline element, but an li tag is actually a blocked element. So if you want to make this blocked element to come as next to each other, then I need to change the property to a inline element. So that means let's select that li tag, okay, and then say that I want to make a display property to inline. Okay, let's take first inline. So as soon as we do that, the all the list items are going no, each one after each other, okay, on the single line, which means each tag will take only the width based on its content. Okay, fine. So now let's quickly give a border to see how it looks like. 1 pixel solid. Okay, so you will see how the items are aligned. Okay, fine. So now just because of this one line, now it becomes inline. Okay, and we already have our link tag. So if you just assign this link tag, link class, okay, to all these li, then automatically the property will be applied and it will become this kind of tag, this kind of button. Okay, so here we are already achieving that property. Okay, so this is the two main class which you want to understand. Okay, now I want to talk about one important thing called display inline block. Okay, so what is that? Before that, okay, let's do that. So here, as you can see, if I have some bigger text, okay, I already see there is this is a small button compared to this is a bigger button. Okay, because this is having a bigger text, so bigger content. Okay, so the inline element takes the width based on the content, so it doesn't look so good. Okay, so normally in our website we need to have an uniform size of the buttons. So how do we do that? If you think, we can use a common width property for all the things. So if you come to the li and then give width property of maybe 100 pixel for each, but if you refresh, nothing will happen. Okay, because by default an inline element will not take a width property. Okay, inline element will only take width based on its the content. Okay, what is the text available. Okay, so which means if I add some dummy text here, blah blah blah, save, then this button will get increase. Okay, but how do we make a fixed width? That is the question now. For that, we're going to understand a quick concept of inline block. Okay, what I'm going to do, let me take one span tag like text1, text2. So here span is again an inline element, so it is coming next to each other. Okay, if I target that span tag, okay, and then I say display inline block, okay, which means I say it's inline, still you can consider it as a blocked inline element, which means if I take a width property of 100 pixel, okay, then you see there is separation. Okay, let's give a border to see how it looks like. Okay, see the width is getting increased. So that is the inline block concept. Okay, so just to remove it, I mean just for demonstration I showed this one. Okay, let's remove this, save. Okay, now we're gonna make this even button, okay, even size button. So which means we just need to add one property here called display inline block. Okay, save, refresh. Now you can see all the button size is same. Okay, but what is missing here is actually the alignment, so that we can easily fix using a text align property. Center, then every text will be centered. Okay, so that is a good button. Okay, yeah, so that's the end of this video. I want to show you three things. One is how do we style an anchor tag using basically a hover pseudo property. So it looks like a button, and we can use border radius for a rounded corner, and for list item we can use the basically inline block property to make it one next to each other, all the basically the links, and then we can still use the same class from the link tag and apply it here, so it looks like a button. Okay, yeah, so that's the end of this video. I hope it is useful to you guys. I'll see you in the next video. It will be mostly around float and positioning, I hope so. Yeah, so and we'll continue from there on. Okay, yeah, so that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.